I think it's right there. Yep, that's it. And well, hello everybody. It's a wonderful day out on the desert. Today I have got the top 4 multi-frequency metal detectors from each of the major brands here in the US. I got the Nokta Legend, the XP Deus 2, the Garrett Ace Apex, and the Minelab Manticore. And I'm out here in an area where I found gold before. And what I've done is gone out and I've got 4 or 5 targets marked, and I'm going to go over them with each of these machines, and we're going to see how they do. So I've been raking out this area here, and I've actually got one target in there. A lot of work for one target, but I've wandered out through here in a couple other places, and I've got some other targets marked with golf tees. But before we do that, I'm going to go over the setup on each of these machines and show you how I have them set up. So let's get doing that, and then we'll go over and compare the targets and see how each of them does. Okay, we're going to start with the Apex, and what we're going to do is run our sensitivity. We're going to try to run it all the way up. Our volume's on 4, that should be sufficient. Iron volume 5. We're going to run multi-frequency, but we may change to a single frequency if we're finding that's better. And then under the mode, we're going to run 0. And that's really about it as far as the Apex goes. All right, let's see if the Apex will hunt in these settings. Now, I mean, it's pretty quiet. Even at full sensitivity, ground balance it and everything. You got to remember the Apex does not have a dedicated gold mode, so it's going to be at a disadvantage to these other detectors. But if you wanted to use it, it looks like it'd hunt. If you're in multi-frequency and you ground balance and everything, I think you've got a machine you could actually hunt with. Now, how small a gold you can find with it, not sure, and how deep, because of the mineralization and the salt, you've got a lot to deal with. And this isn't the optimal machine to do that, but looks like you could, theoretically hunt for gold. Okay, let's go over the Manticore setup here real quick. So I'm in, volume is 23. I'm in Goldfield. Now let's ground balance real quick here. So ground balance is at 12. Recovery we're running at 6. Doing all metal disc pattern. Ferrous limits, we're going to run stock. Ferrous volume, we're in the prospecting audio theme, multi IQ, and sensitivity we're running at 20. So I think that's all that we need to do on that. Okay, here's the Manticore hunting. I mean, overall it's kind of noisy, but I think if you get over a target, you could hunt with it. You could find it. Now, if you don't like all that noise, you can always turn the horseshoe off and cut all that out. It's just ground noise. Much quieter hunt, but I prefer to hunt with the screen open and hear everything. I think a nugget will stand out pretty good. Okay, next up we got the Legend. We're in Goldfield. Let's go through the settings here real quick. Recovery, we're going to go at 5. Volume 6, let's go back to recovery. Iron filter, we're running at 0. Stability, I'm going to run at 2. Bottle cap, reject off. Got our volume all the way up. Here on the threshold, I got the threshold at 15, and I think that's all that matters other than sensitivity. We're running multi, we're running the disc so that nothing's dissed out, and sensitivity, we'll run it at 21. Let's see how this handles the ground. Okay, here's how the Legend hunts with the setup I've got. Let's see, we're opened up on the disc. Let me turn the volume up a little bit. I've been using headphones hunting around with this. Okay, so here's how the Legend hunts with the setup I showed you. Pretty doable. I've got the threshold down to 10 right now. It goes up to 15 if you want something higher. But hunt's pretty good. Okay, we're going to try the DS2 next. And let me just show you the mineralization on this ground. Let's ground balance first here. And then so bar's about halfway, so not real mineralized, but there's a lot of alkali in this soil, and most of these detectors are NOx sensitive because of this soil. They just really can't ground balance to them all that well, so you just kind of got to be careful. So it's ground balance, so let's go through the menu. And so discrimination, if you want to notch, you can go in and you can notch out hot rocks if they're a problem. I've been hunting around a little bit with this already, and I don't see that there's really a problem, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Sensitivity we got at 95. You could probably go down a little bit and get rid of some of that NOx sensitivity. Max frequency 40. RN value 7. Reactivity, we're going to go up. 2.5. Audio response at 3, and the threshold, we'll go up to 10 so we can hear it. Okay, here's how the DS2 hunts set up the way I've got it set up. Pretty quiet out here in the open. Okay, I'm going to ground balance for here real quick with the Apex, and then we'll go over the first target. Here's the first target that's in the area that I cleaned out. First we better make sure we're running smooth, which we are, so the Apex seems to be hitting that target. Found in raking out this pile. DS is getting that. Okay, here is the target in the pile that we've raked down. So we're getting something on that. Kind of jumping all over, but mostly 12, 13, 14. Let's go over this first target here we've got in the pile we raked off. Nice strong 7, 8 mostly. Okay, let's dig it. Okay, this is this first target. I already got it in the scoop, so must have been raked clear to the surface. It's in my hand. Not seeing anything yet. In there someplace. I think I just saw it. I think it's right there. Yep, that's it. And it's gold. So the one we did the most work for ended up being gold. That's cool. At least we had one gold target we could compare them all on. Now let's go see what these others are. Okay, here's another target right here. Well, we'll just leave the golf tee. Okay, Apex is nothing on that one. Okay, here's the next target. Not really getting anything with that. Let me turn the sensitivity up just a bit. It's really not getting anything with that. Okay, here's our next target with the Legend. I'm not getting anything. Now, I found these with the Manticore, and that's what I'm going to dig them with, but yeah, just not getting anything with that. It's opened up. We can try going up with sensitivity a little bit. Starting to get a little unstable there, so let's try that. You know, it could be a hot rock or something, so don't know on that one. All right, here's the next target. Well, the tee's a little bit off, but so the Manticore's just barely getting anything there. Most of the other machines wouldn't even pick this up. This may not be anything. It's basically just a threshold change, so that'll be an interesting target to see if it really even is anything. So let's dig that. Okay, here's that really soft target. May not even have anything here. Might just be ground noise. I have a feeling this isn't going to be anything. I think it was just a pocket of ground noise. So yeah, there's nothing to find there, so we'll bury that back up, move on to the next target. Okay, here's basically target 3. Move that back. So we're getting an occasional chirp on that one. Okay, here's the next target with the Deus. It's soft. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's coming up anywhere from 23 to the 30s. Now, obviously, I would wear headphones out here in the desert, especially if you've got wind. So it's a little hard to hear on the speaker, but it is there. Okay, here's the next target with the Legend. It's a soft signal, mostly 1s and 2s. An occasional higher number all the way up to 18. All right, here's the next target with the Manticore. Two, 3, 4, but it's underlined in red. Well, not all the time. Be an interesting one. Now the target trace on this might be hard to see, but it is coming in right above the line there, so that could be a nugget. Okay, it's a pretty defined target. 2, 3, 4. That's got some good promise to it. Okay, it's out. Somewhere. Oh, where'd it go? Okay, it's right there. Move you a little closer. Right there someplace. All right, I've got it. I think I've got it in there. Okay, definitely got it now. Something teeny, whatever it is, it's in there. Let's just run a magnet over, make sure it's not a... I don't see anything coming out, so got it here somewhere. Oh, I can see it. Shining in the sun right there. Little nugget. Let's see if I can get it separated out here. Just a teeny little thing. It's right there. Oh, it's right on the end of the scoop. Right there. Teeny little flake. Boy, that thing's minute. It's definitely it though. And then target 4. Occasional chirp on that one. And then this target here, not really getting. Okay, and here's the last target with the Legend. I'll have to move that back here in just a second. Soft signal, mostly in the 1-2. All right, and here's the next target. It's the last one with the Manticore. No ID. Well, there we go, finally. Positive. The trace on this one is up in the iron zone, mostly underlined in red. So that, you know, might not be a nugget, might be the ground changing it. So let's dig that final one. All right, here's our last target. This is mostly coming up negative numbers, so I'm thinking it's probably going to be a little sliver of iron or something. It's out. See, the fact that that last one was reading positive and this one is now reading negative and has red lines under it on the Manticore, I'm thinking this is going to be iron. So even the teeniest nuggets you can see on that last one, the Manticore was saying it was a good target. All right, I've got it. Still in there. Still in there. Now it's in my hand. Now it's in there. In my hand. Hey, it's back in the scoop. We're gonna get the magnet out here real quick, and yep, there it is. So, I don't know if you can see that, but magnet is pulling it off, and now it's on the magnet. So, it was a piece of iron, so correctly ID'd by the Manticore's iron. All right, so that's pretty much going to conclude the prospecting portion for the 4 different metal detectors by Garrett, which was the Apex, Nokta, which is the Legend, XP is the Deus 2, and Minelab is the Manticore. So the thing you got to remember in these gold fields is that the most important thing is to get the detector to run as quiet as you can. And if that means notching out certain targets, which usually end up being hot rocks, then do it. But as you can see, some of these are better at prospecting than others. You guys can make the decision on your own, and obviously the Garrett is at a disadvantage, but the nugget that was in the pile that we raked out, it could hear that. So not an all bad machine. You could use it for gold detecting if you wanted to. You know, it'll find nuggets that are, I don't know, that was probably a 1/20th of a gram. So, you know, as long as they're close to the surface and they're not under a lot of mineralization or, you know, in this case, alkaline, I think you would find it. So that concludes all the tests that I'm going to do with the simultaneous multi-frequency detectors. I will do one more video where I'll just do a follow-up. Won't be very long, probably 10 or 12 minutes, and just give you my opinion on each one and make some comments about each one. You guys can make the decision. I hope that this series of 6 videos helps you out, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.